This week on It's Happening Out.
Paige, you were good. I'm waiting for you to be great. And next, Kendall.
Welcome to the Eras Tour. This has been the most extraordinary experience of my entire life.
It's all happening out tonight. With your hosts, gay guru Al Ferguson, lesbian activist FayWhat, pansexual leather daddy Elimination, drag queen and comedian Auntie Maim, Latino muscle bear Jonathan Casañas, Gen Z political advocate Max Venning, Gen Z bear and actor Cameron Glass, leadership coach and leather sir Mark Pettitt, Indo-Caribbean artist TriniDaddy, Muslim American communications exec Gajraj. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Wow. Good evening and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television talk show. We are broadcasting live and then on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire Television, and of course, YouTube and Facebook. It's 9 p.m. World, Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, and I'm your host tonight, FayWhat. Where's Al? Anybody know where Al is?
Who cares?
I don't know. There's got to be a bridge here
It's
under.
party time. Let's just do all our shots.
Somebody look for Al. That's not fair. Like, seriously, I swear I should
Al?
tag on him. I keep on meaning to do that because he wanders off.
He wanders
you know what I mean? Like,
You got to get him chipped.
he'll see a nice little shiny, like, Boricua boy and be like, oh, look, and he'll be gone. Okay. Hotspots Magazine Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community. We want to inform and educate the key issues of our Black community, Latino, lesbians and queer women, trans, students and youth, seniors, HIV/AIDS healthcare, business, social activism, and faith. Help us support our community. So let's have some fun. Are you folks ready to have some fun?
Yes,
Yes. I love that. TikTok has become the top source for viral content on the internet. You can find everything from recipes, hot guys, hot girls, and vacation clips. And nothing says vacation like a cruise on Virgin Voyages. Virgin has been an iconic supporter of the LGBTQ plus community and your number one choice of LGBTQ plus vacation experience. Value is the word, a value they deliver with being an adults-only cruise, Wi-Fi included, 20 plus eateries included, tips included, and essential drinks also included. That's the value. And their values are also self-evident. Virgin Voyages fights for equality and the right to be seen, heard, and included. So whether an LGBTQ plus cruise charter, Pride Month celebrations, or countless sponsorships of our charities and nonprofits, this is why Virgin Voyages is part of our best TikTok of the week. So each week we will show our favorite TikTok video, okay? And this week our TikTok of the week is Rating Toxic Gay Latino Men by @Luis Suarez T. Trainer.
Bottom, Paige, you were good. I'm waiting for you to be great. And next, Kendall. You didn't stick out to me. Next is Brooke. Next, Nia. You're third on the pyramid. You were third overall high score. And Mackenzie. And on top of the pyramid, going 3 for 3, once again, is Maddie.
All right, so toxic. And did you know it was going to be America? Like, look at your face.
Oh, absolutely. But how can we have this conversation about toxic Latino masculinity without Jonathan Casañas here?
Wow.
It feels like homophobic. And look, his little lip sync there.
It was bad.
It wasn't good.
I'm not sure
No, it
he's
wasn't.
gay. Are you even really gay, Louise Suarez?
In Luis's defense, a lot of TikTok lip syncs are not good because there's something weird with the audio.
Okay.
And sometimes when you go back to play them back, it doesn't work.
There's a
correctly.
delay.
There's a delay.
There is.
So even if they're doing it correctly, by the time it gets to TikTok, it's like I've watched many. I'm like, what are y'all
What is
doing?
that, right? So do you agree with the top 5, the toxic Latinos? That number 1 was American, right? Number 2 was Colombian. Number 3 was Dominican Republic. Number 4 was, I don't know. And then number 5 was Mexico. I know that. That's what they had.
Where was Cuba?
What is?
No,
so does this-
4 was Mexico, 5 was Brazil.
Okay,
Brazil.
that's what it was. All
My
right.
number 1 would have been Cuban. That's the worst
all the way.
relationships I've had.
So the most toxic, the worst would be
has been
Cuban.
guys.
But
And you don't think that's because you're in South Florida, where predominantly 4 out of 5 Latinos are Cuban?
are Cuban, but maybe why? But that's, I don't know. But
Just saying, the odds are kind of against you.
Every
but
guy I've
also-
had has been toxic and Cuban. I don't know
I don't
why.
know what's wrong.
No, but
I don't know why I keep
you're-
on doing wrong.
You're proving the point of the chart because that's really somebody who's probably in the American category. If they're over here and they're Cuban. So I think what they're saying is that we see a hyper toxic version here that is not really duplicated.
So we
out
need to
there.
get
Yeah.
them as they first get to the shore before they get
Before they're
corrupted.
No, I think you need to meet them
Before
in their
they're
home
tainted.
country, and then
on the
import them,
island,
bring
in
them
home-
over.
Okay, when we went to Costa Rica, what did
Right.
I tell you to tell the boys?
necesita papeles.
Exactly, that's it. I taught him well. That's all you do.
But as a question,
Who
right?
needs papers,
Yeah.
right? Who needs papers? I feel like a group around Cal. I was like, is he okay? What were you saying? I just kept on saying
Necesita papeles. Yeah.
Faye, you need a dating show with these kind of tips.
That's the name of the dating
How does
show.
anyone remain
That's
single?
the name of the dating show.
I don't know.
Who needs papers? Hosted by FayWhat.
Right? Who needs papers? Go to Colombia. So before we leave the dock with TikTok, let's think about the best place to make your next video, a Virgin Voyages cruise.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon. Come and go, you come and go. Love will be the colors of like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green.
All right, who needs a shot?
Me.
Oh, God, I wish I drank. You people make me want to drink. All right, so let's play our yes or no game. It's called I'd Swallow That. I am going to make 4 statements, and if the hosts agree, they take a shot. I'd Swallow That is sponsored by the LGBTQ plus community's favorite spirit brand. You know it, you love it, Bacardi. Bacardi is the world's most loved rum brand. Bacardi, like my tío says, is as diverse as our LGBTQ plus community. Our neighbors here in South Florida, they are the world's largest privately held spirits company. Bacardi is also a legacy name in their support of the LGBTQ plus community with sponsorships, pride embracements, and a deep and passionate support of our LGBTQ plus charities and causes. And that's why tonight it's happening out plays I'd Swallow That with our favorite rum drink, Bacardi. All right? Here we go. Question numero uno. Share, bitch. Share. Cher is sharing her secrets to turning back time. In an interview with Good Morning Britain recently, the entertainment legend talked about aging and how she couldn't believe that she would soon be turning 80.
Yes.
She's currently 77. Cher believes youth is about how you feel on the inside and that long life also runs in the family. Her mother, Georgia, recently died at the age of 96. Watch this.
Well, I don't know. There's lots of genes in my family are pretty amazing, but I don't know. I don't know if not feeling old makes you younger. I'm not sure. And I keep up with the trends, and I have lots of young friends and have old friends too. But you know, I don't honestly. I'm not trying to feel young. I'm not trying to be young. I am who I am. So whatever that means, I'm just getting along.
Question number 1, with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Cher said genes keep her young. I think that's her doctor's name, Jean.
Dr. Gene.
Dr. Gene Muscovitz.
No, Dr. Gene Hammerstein. That's his name. No.
But I also think it's a mind over matter thing because it's true. Like she always talks about being young, and I think it's a positive mindset. You know, if you think you're young, you are young.
Yeah.
So age is just a number.
Yeah, okay.
This is money over matter.
Here we go.
Because no, and I didn't drink because I know that it's not all surgery, but dermatologist, dietitian, chef, personal trainer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't all have to be surgery, but that's what money looks like. Italian genes don't hurt. Everybody in my family dies 90s and up there, but she is well maintained.
Just think about it. Think about Cher back in the 90s, like during, God, what was it, Mystic Pizza? Like during that time, and look at her now. You know? And it's like, and it's Cher. So it's one of those things where part of me wants to say, come on, she's living off the flesh of those young boys that she eats, right? But then the other part of me is like, who effing cares? It's Cher. Like, she can do no wrong, you know? Like,
it's both, because there's so many celebrities that have plastic surgery and none of them look as good as Cher does.
Yeah.
And there was a picture that I think Kim Kardashian tweeted with her wearing the same look.
Yep.
And I was like, why do they look so similar? And they're both Armenian fathers with white mothers. You know, so there is kind of, I thought that Cher, every time I look in the 70s and the television, I still think she is the most beautiful, natural beauty, you know, and then she's just used plastic surgery to maintain that. And I think her having the plastic surgery and everything has made her feel young. And they work together. And I think that if she didn't have the good genes and if she didn't have the routine that she has, she would not look nearly as good as she does. So that's my idol. I hope
right? Because like we all think of like 77, like una abuelita, you know, like your grandma. And then you look at Cher and it's like, that's not it, you know? Like, keep it up, mama, keep it up. So,
I don't know. But the thing is I'll say this about her mother. If anybody's ever looked at her mother before she passed, like for a woman in her 90s, she looked amazing, and you could tell like she had not had the same thing Cher had.
No.
So it's like a lot of times, I mean, we discount it, but gene pool does play a large part in how you age.
Yeah.
And I mean, Cher is just one of those people that has been timeless. And I think that one of the things, this is for everyone, don't get a bunch of fillers in your face.
Okay.
Just don't do it, because that's what makes women, especially men do it occasionally, but that's what makes women look older. When Madonna started looking a little unusual, it's because she started getting fillers, which changes your face completely.
That makes sense. That's when you started looking like a
Courtney.
Now she looks like Jigsaw from Saw.
Courtney Cox, right? Courtney Cox did that. Remember, she started looking very strange. She had them all dissolved because she was like, I can't do this. So like, this is just a tip for anyone aging. Don't get a bunch of fillers.
Okay, but you see, that's why. Like that's why we also have to thank our parents for that. You know, it's all about the genes. Like you said, like I don't get along with my mom that great, but just looking at her, I know that I will look like her at her age. You know what I mean? Like your mom is gorgeous.
She's
and that's
77.
why. Okay, your mom is 77? Hey mom! Okay. And look at this face. And you're gonna have that same beautiful face at 77 because of the good genes that your mom gave to you.
Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Mom. Next up, Reddit users in the R-Ass Gay Bros forum recently recounted the times they hooked up with anyone famous. But as one user points out, the bar for being famous is low in the conversation thread. And perhaps the bar has to be low because real celebrities don't hook up with normies too often. However, going through the thread revealed interesting data as users shared hookups with Olympic swimmers, actors, porn stars, closeted politicians, NFL players, and a whole lot more. Question number 2, with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. I've had a hookup with someone semi-famous.
I haven't. No.
Okay, you guys all know that I, had a little hookup with someone that might be famous or not. And I'm not going to reveal who he is, but you know and you know, so I'm going to say quite enough.
I think I know.
And that's enough, okay? I want to hear, and that's enough. I want to hear about like really juicy.
Mr. Bean?
Mr. Bean. And Mr. Bean has a very big bean.
Hey.
So you might want to, Okay, so at the table, you've hooked up with someone semi-famous or famous, all right?
Yeah, not only hooked up, but I dated and was in a relationship with someone who was in the NFL.
Okay.
It was we met shortly after he was drafted into the NFL, and we dated for 6 months until his girlfriend decided to move here from LA and be part of the picture, and it ended after that. And also, his publicist and manager thought it wasn't a good image for him.
Is he still playing?
Yes.
No?
Is he still in the closet?
Yes.
Okay, what are his initials?
Did he make you sign an NDA?
I did sign an
You
NDA.
did for
I
real?
did
You
sign an
really
NDA.
did?
Yeah, because
you thought it was worth it. His piece of ass was worth it.
And how much was the NDA if you spill?
It was a real relationship because I mean, I used to go to the games. I used to sit with the players' wives and girlfriends and everything. So it was great while it lasted, and we still keep in touch.
Did the other players know that he was gay?
No.
Okay.
And by keep in touch, do you still bang?
No, we don't. No, we don't. But we always like text each other and call. Like, he was actually in town last weekend, and he called me just to say hi. You know,
Just to say hi. Oh. No? Just saying. Mark?
So yes, there was an adult film star who's now a big producer, and I'm not going to name names because it was at a private party, and you don't get invited back to future private parties by talking about your old private parties. Sure. He was a fantastic kisser. That was about all that we did. More stuff was going on in there. So it was a kind of...
You had an orgy? You were like a sublet of the orgy. We're like, you're on the side.
Originally, it was like this party, and I thought it was just a dancer coming out. But then I recognized, I'm like, oh, this is not a dancer. And so he went around and visited each person, and I was good with the kiss because I had seen where his mouth had been for the previous 15 years.
Ah, okay. Got it. Got it.
I didn't hook up with him, but we went on a date, and he was in a group. You would know the name of the musical group in the Latin world.
Okay.
But
Menudo.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Wow.
I'm not confirming or denying.
Wow.
Just his face,
I'm not-
right? I got real
Wow.
close.
That was too close.
I'm not gonna say anything.
He's like, how did you know?
You have a terrible poker face.
I don't know any other Spanish groups. I was like,
It's
Menudo.
the only one I knew.
So,
Blush.
Poker face.
oh my God.
Oh, I got you.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
So so we met on a website. And we decided to
Grindr?
it was
Adam for Adam?
No, but it was a trashier one.
Scruff? It's trash.
Anyways, so we went out,
page.
right? And so I look at, and I didn't know, I don't really follow the Spanish language world too much. So I looked him up and everything. Super cute, right? So he's telling me, we were talking, he was telling me that he was, how many albums he sold, their
How many?
group and all this stuff. I don't remember.
What was the name of one of
Dude,
them?
this was like 15 years ago.
Sing it.
Sing
So-
it. Do you remember?
So he was telling me, just kind of like bragging a little bit about himself. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So we met up, right? And he had gained a significant amount of weight than anything than I had
Did you
seen
remember
in it.
him?
Well, than any of his pictures or anything.
And you obviously Googled.
Yeah. And the pictures that he had were not necessarily
they weren't current.
recent.
Was it
Definitely younger than me.
Was it Joey Fat One?
And
Joey Fatone.
and so
Fat one.
then
sorry.
we were having dinner or lunch or something, and then he conveniently forgot his wallet as soon as he had
Hey,
told me
Trini.
all of his stuff, and I was like, okay, sure, no worries. I'll.
Was this in Homestead?
No.
So you had to pay the escort fee and
So and so then we it just felt a little weird, and he's still in the music business.
Not
But
very well.
yeah, that was not. I just actually went back to that trashy site we met on to see if his profile was still there.
And was it?
And it is.
No
It's still there,
way!
but he hadn't been active on it for years.
So maybe he's just looking for people to pay his meals.
Huh?
It just sounds like he just wants people to pay his
Well,
meals.
I've seen him. Then I followed him on social media to see what he's up to, and I mean, he's doing some stuff.
Send him a message like, hey, it was me, the one that you made me pay for your dinner.
Yeah, where's my money?
Where's my money, bitch?
Where's my money?
Here's my Cash App.
better have my
Send me
money.
half. I'm just saying.
Venmo me.
Well, folks, if those are the only people that we've hooked up with, we need to do better. You know what I mean? Like I was remembering, it had to be maybe close to 20 years ago. I worked at the Dollhouse, which is a strip club that no longer exists. And Mark Consuelos went in there, and we might have done something. And he was already with
Kelly Ripa?
Kelly Ripa's husband.
Oh, Kelly and Mark.
Yeah. I mean, he was like up to my boob. I mean, he's a very small little man.
His
But
son is
Were you
an adult
dancing?
now and beautiful.
no, I was the bartender.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. But again, if those are the semi-famous people, we got to work harder, folks.
Yeah,
we must do better.
No, but I think we did pretty good compared to this list because I don't compare a lot of people who are on this list as actual celebrities, and the gay community has this thing where it's like they think a bartender has like 1,000 followers and they're a celebrity.
I'm
you're
an
not
influencer.
A celebrity.
You're not
even an influencer. Like, don't even say you're an influencer. You know, OnlyFans is not a celebrity status. I'm sorry. You know, like there's so many things that are on there. They're not a celebrity.
No, that's not a celebrity. Like I hooked up with that person. He was on that reality show. You know, version number 26, where they were in Zimbabwe. You know, Zimbabwe.
Big Brother.
You know, just like LGBTQ plus on Wilton Drive, we are taking a lot of shots. And let's take a momentary break and hear from our sponsor, Bacardi Rum. Yes, thank you, Bacardi. Welcome back. So annually, from September 16th through 23rd, GLAD, that is Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, the Bisexual Resource Center and Still Bisexual recognize the Bisexual Plus community for Bisexual Awareness Week and Bisexuality Plus Day, which falls on September 23rd. This celebration seeks to accelerate the acceptance of the bi community and draws attention to their experiences and resiliency. Throughout hashtag Bi Week, allies and Bi Plus people learn about the history, the culture, the community, and current policy priorities of Bi Plus folks. You can also show support to the community by tweeting about hashtag Bi Week.
Did you know it's Bi Week? That means it's a whole week dedicated to the beautiful, strong, and beloved bisexuals amongst us, including myself.
Bi youth, I want to remind you that your existence is an act of resistance. So whether you're openly out or if you're just still questioning your sexuality or maybe you're still in the closet, that's okay. You're okay.
I'm sending love to all the incredible bi, pan, fluid, and queer youth, whether you are or aren't out, or whether you're still questioning your sexuality. I stand with you for two reasons. Firstly, because you're super dope. And the second, because we need your help, we need your magic to change the world.
It took me over 10 years to come out as bisexual, and it was an incredibly lonely and confusing process. So if you are bi, pan, queer, etc., I want you to know that I love you and I support you.
Whether you're out, you're still in the closet, you're questioning, you're figuring it out, we all love you, okay? You are what is making this community so much brighter. The B is in the LGBTQ+, for a reason.
You matter, and I see you, and your identity is real and valid and special, and there's nothing wrong with you, nothing. Everything about you is wonderful and perfect, and you are loved, and you matter, and we need you in the world to help make it better.
Whether you are bisexual, pansexual, fluid, still in the closet, you are perfect just the way you are.
You know, despite having been attracted to all genders my entire life, I still to this day wonder, well, am I really gay or really straight? In case you ever wonder the same thing, I'm here to tell you, you can be bi. It's a real thing. Something you can even be proud of. So go be you.
Support the Bisexual Plus community this Bi Week.
I love that. Question number 3 with a Bacardi shot. I'd swallow that. It's Bi Week. I think a lot of people still don't believe in bisexuality.
Yeah. So stupid.
God, how far we've come. It's 2023, right? We have explored fluidity, we've explored pansexuality, we've explored kinks, we've explored fetishes, but people still don't believe that bisexual people exist.
It's very weird.
Explain that to me, Auntie.
I've never in my life understood this because when
I'll explain to you in a bit.
Oh God.
Really?
No.
Oh my
God. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
To me, like sexuality, right? It's in the brain, and it's amazing because it's like everything can be wired in the brain. why is that the strangest, most far-reaching thing? Like, a person can be attracted to so many things. People have fetishes for so many things, all because of the wiring in your brain. But that is somehow has become the most far-fetched, most asinine thing to people.
Right.
Like, there's no way you can be attracted.
Right, no,
Like, well,
I'm part of a throuple. Oh, okay, I'm bisexual. No way, there's no way you can be bisexual. How is that possible? Like,
I remember, it was actually very controversial when we were doing improv. One of my friends who is like pan, and she wanted to be in the group. And because she was dating a man at the time, there were a few members of the team that were like, no. And I was like, but it has nothing to do with who you're dating right now. Like, it's literally how you identify yourself.
Yeah.
But that's how a larger swath of the community is
but it's how people identify you. And the thing is that unfortunately, bisexuality has been like a scapegoat, okay? Like too many women or men have been like, let me test the waters and say I'm bi. And because of that freaking reason right there is because that it doesn't get the validity that it deserves. It's a letter in the acronym. It is right there after the B, okay? It deserves the respect because people are, they're bi. You know, you are what you are.
But fewer and fewer people, I think, identify with that because of, I think, number one, the stigma that they get internally from within our community, but also because more and more people are identifying as pan or fluid. And every time someone identifies like that, you're kind of taking away from what the original bi numbers would be. So is that why we're calling this bi plus? Because it's bi.
Well, no, because it's bi, because it's queer, because it's pan. It's you know,
like,
all
it
those.
includes all of those.
Yeah, I would love to see the tight. I mean, especially if you're only get a week. Dear Lord.
Well,
just a week.
Can we?
All right, so let's.
I don't even want it to be a week.
Let's all take a breath before TriniDaddy comments.
You
on this.
identified as.
I asked you to take a breath because you're gonna need a breath. I'm telling you. You know, Mark. You know, Trini. You know half of the crap that comes out of his mouth.
Can I have your shot?
You need and Cal.
All right.
All right, let's all look at Trini. Trini, let's go, Papi.
Okay, first of all, I don't even want to give you a week, like maybe a day, because you're the most privileged. Like the way that some of these people are talking in the videos, that they're like, I'm so oppressed, whatever. You have twice the amount of people that you're attracted to. Like, that's a great thing. You're passable in many situations where a lot of gay people aren't passable. You're just kind of like the best of both worlds. Like, we all aspire to be like you, that you don't have such like the hang-ups that some people have with experimenting. The issue I have with bi, and even me saying bi and calling it bi week, I'm sure it's going to get canceled by next year and be called pan week or some other alphabet, because, you know, binary, it's not binary anymore. Bleh. So in the Kinsey scale, you have like this, what was it, 0 to 6 on the Kinsey scale, right?
Yes, it is.
So I believe, my personal belief is on the Kinsey scale, that everybody lies somewhere in there, that not everybody is 100% straight or 100% gay.
For sure.
And that we can all, there's been some time in every straight person's life where they felt attracted to somebody of the same sex. For me, bi would be somebody who's kind of equally 50-50. You know, I honestly...
You don't believe that that's possible?
I honestly don't know a single person that's 50-50. Like, I know people who definitely prefer men but will hook up with a woman.
Yeah.
I will kind of put myself a little bit in that category, but I will not say that I'm bi, because it's definitely stronger for one than the other. You know, I think there's some women that I know that have been like a little bit more, a little closer to 50-50, but in general, I think it's a privilege to be bi. I don't feel like you're oppressed. I don't feel like you need a week and you need to be seen.
They're still part of our community. It's still one of the letters. Of course they're being oppressed. If they go and they can't go and speak about bi week at school or anything like that.
The thing is that, like, okay, so let's take across the privilege part, right? Because when a bi person says that they're bi, the privilege card is gone. They are now officially, and that's the thing. That's what we're talking about, because it's actually been very studied that men that are bi have a hard time even dating women, because women don't want anything to do with them once they know.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for women. A lot of men, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, yes, we can talk about like the attraction level and things like that, but society-wise, it's still not okay to be bi. And so a person has to basically either live in silence, in which you can't really publicly talk about what you're actually into. I mean, some of those people are actual celebrities, and I remember when they came out, and it was a big deal, because it was like, oh, what is it like the Nico Tortorello guy? Like, what does this mean? Like, is this going to ruin his career? Is this going to be this? Going to be this? All because of this.
Okay, but if Nico then tomorrow went and dated a girl, he would still be bi, and that's still okay.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we're all on that spectrum. I agree with you on that. Oh my God, I agreed with TriniDaddy.
You did.
Something. Holy
It's
crap!
okay.
Take a moment.
Okay.
Wow.
Take a shot.
But doesn't
Somebody give
matter.
it.
But it doesn't matter that it doesn't have to be down the line, Trini. It doesn't have to be 50-50 exactly. You know, I mean, we're all on that spectrum somewhere. It just depends on.
I get it, but you know, Trini is always the like anti-victim. Like, you know, I'm always like, look at whatever your issue is, and always see yourself as a hero.
Do you see
as your
being bi
privilege.
as an issue?
No.
Okay,
I
good,
mean, like being
good.
bi is like I feel like it's the cooler thing to be now than anything else.
You guys hear that?
Yeah.
What is that?
That is your dating pool shrinking to like fucking nothing.
Well, you know what?
Well, honey, those two people were, you know, they were on their way out anyway, you know? I remember when I first, so I made the huge mistake of coming out to my mom and telling her I was bi, right? And I thought that would be kind of like a soft kind of like in, right?
Because it gives her hope.
Because it gave her hope.
Which is the worst part.
Which was the worst part. Because then I even confused her even more, right? But what she said was kind of what Trini said. She goes, you know, you're bi because you're greedy. You just want to be able to go into a room and
A lot of
have
people say that
anybody
about
that
bi
you want.
people.
I'm like, bitch, I can have anybody I want anyway. But no, I'm not greedy, you know? But that's how people perceive it. So that's why you're not too far
I mean,
from
I think you're greedy, but not for that reason. Like, I think that, I think it's a privilege to have like so many other people that you're attracted to and are attracted to you. And there's no shortage of hot women who want to be with a guy who's gay, so much less bisexual. Like, you got it. You got the best of both worlds.
And in my
you
experience
ain't getting no tears from me.
And I have some bisexual friends, and what I've experienced with them is that it is more on that sexual side, because the bisexual guys, yeah, they'll mess around with another guy, but they end up marrying a woman and having kids.
Yeah.
And the women, they're bisexual and they mess around with women, but they end up marrying a guy and they're still having, they've had kids.
Yeah.
So I think from that angle, it's just, we have too many terms, first of all. You know, it's like, I feel like everyone's trying to fit into a box and into a label. And
we have 6 billion people in the world.
And we're going to add
There's not too many terms. There's 6 billion people.
So why can't we just be human?
Yeah,
you know,
we could.
You like who you like, you sleep with who you sleep with, you marry
No,
who you
because we need a
marry,
box.
and
Because we
that's
need a
it.
box. Because everybody needs a label. We need to know what the F we are.
Are
That's
y'all
why,
agreeing?
you know
Are
what I
y'all
mean?
agreeing with me? Or are you being
Oh, I don't
sarcastic?
agree. I don't agree with that, but I do agree that we all have to be in a box because we also have to know who to defend.
Yeah.
We can defend us all.
And we have to know
Just
how
be
to
nice
market
to everyone.
Just be nice to everyone. And bisexuals out there, enjoy your week. All
Your
right?
whole week.
Hashtag
Take
bi
another
week.
drink.
Take the whole entire week. You
You're like,
deserve
"That's
it.
Too much for
All right.
Too much for me.
Next up, somebody who I wish was bi. Taylor Swift. All right. Miss
well,
Tay-Tay. I'm a
well.
Swiftie. Deal with it. All right. So Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is coming to movie theaters near you. Swift has announced that the concert film Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, will open in North American theaters on October 13th. The theater chain AMC, anticipating high demand from Swift fans, said the film will play at least 4 times a day on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays at all of its U.S. locations. Watch this.
You go, girl.
Okay, don't watch this. Okay, maybe watch this.
We're just watching.
Okay, you're not going to watch this. Okay, all right.
Welcome to the Eras Tour. This has been the most extraordinary experience of my entire life. We're about to go on a little adventure together, and that adventure is going to span 17 years of music. How does that sound? Welcome to the acoustic set. It's a cool song. Are you ready for it? I'm driving back in the car, cried like a baby coming home from the bar. Said I'm fine, but it wasn't true. No, you ain't got the worst thing you ever had. People would come up to me and they'd be like, "You're gonna just like do a show with like all the albums in it?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be called the Eras Tour. See you there."
Yes. Question number 4 with a Bacardi shot. I'd swallow that. I'm excited about Taylor Swift's tour coming to movie theaters near you.
Yes.
What?
Woo!
That's what this whole thing was about.
So Faye and I have already gotten our tickets already.
Taylor Swift.
So Faye and I are going to see it in AMC IMAX, and we're so excited about it. We're both Swifties. We actually tried to buy tickets for the concerts.
Trini is rolling over
For the concert that's coming to Miami next year. You have to like register on Ticketmaster and everything. You couldn't even get tickets for like the 4 days she's going to be here.
Well, and
Like,
that's how it's been. Like she has broken Ticketmaster, and she has apologized and apologized, and still like it's still.
And actually, it's funny because AMC actually increased their server size to handle 5 times the amount of volume that they normally get to handle the ticket sales for the Taylor Swift
broke
concert.
still.
And it's still broke, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, they were initially doing one time, and now they're doing 4 shows on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, because when we bought ours, it was one show only,
It was
and that
one
was
show,
it.
and it was sold out, and it was getting sold out. So, like, would you enjoy watching Tay-Tay on a smaller screen if you couldn't see her in person?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's more accessible. It brings the ticket costs down. And just the older I get, the less patience that I have for getting in and freaking out of a concert. or like somebody like Madonna who's 3 hours late when they come out. Yes, take me to something where it starts and ends on time and I can have popcorn.
I mean, there's an element of it that you're going to miss because we love live performances. And there's that thrill of live entertainment that you're not going to get. You know, thankfully it's IMAX that we're seeing. But the Metropolitan Opera has been doing this for years.
Yes, when they play all the Swift songs.
They broadcast
opera.
Yeah, they broadcast opera
it's amazing, but they do it at opera style, and it's
at
incredible.
AMC, you know, which is great.
He's talking about the actual operas, not Taylor Swift.
It's a Taylor Swift opera.
What?
They've done that
my
before.
God, where they play all the Taylor Swift songs on a full band orchestra, beautiful thing. Yeah.
Oh, because they also broadcast their opera sometimes.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
both,
well.
Okay, I hate this. I mean, I kind of hate it because I just hate the industry. And I hate that...
The industry that you're a part of.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, when it comes to the celebrity culture, like Beyonce and Taylor Swift and all these people who will charge $750 to get a ticket where you're not even that close to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're taking advantage of all these kids who like 20s, 30, you know, they don't have money and they're like hawking a whole week's salary just to come to your concert. And like you could, instead of, you know, Taylor, I'm happy that you have appreciated your staff, but maybe instead of tipping $55 million, whatever it was to your staff, maybe you could bring the ticket price down to something that
just did. That's what the story.
But you know that
I'm getting there for your actual live concert, right? Because when you're in the cheap seats, which are still expensive, all you're looking at is the Jumbotron anyways. You're not looking, you can't see anything there. So I'm like, oh, at first I thought, all right, great. You know, you're going to be in the theaters. People don't want to deal with it. They can go pay. Now I see you jacked up the ticket prices for the AMC tickets.
It's not 24 like it is any other time.
No, it's like they said that they jacked it up. It was like 12 or something, and they added $10.
When they do those live performances, like even the Met stuff, like it's usually the right.
It's
Well, they jacked it up.
Yeah.
That's what the article said. So I'm like, why couldn't you just even be a regular ticket price just so you could go see it?
I
don't like all of that.
It was not that much more.
It's not that much more, but like you're not seeing a live show. You're just seeing a recording. Where most of these concerts back in the day, like Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour, they would always be shown on HBO or Cinemax or something where you could see it for free, or if somebody had HBO Plus or whatever back in the day, or on NBC.
I miss
so where's a free concert? I used to watch those.
But they don't have to.
But now I gotta
it's
go.
a business.
I'm not paying $20 to go see your freaking music.
Well, and she's not paying $20 to go see you.
That's
honey.
fine.
So it's okay.
Y'all are even.
I'm gonna go watch. We're gonna go watch. I mean, it's gonna be all her 44 songs. She's gonna sing 44 songs. Okay, and we're gonna be on our feet enjoying all of it.
Amen.
And I'm just looking forward to being in a theater with people of all ages enjoying Taylor Swift
And they
for
will
what
be
it is.
standing
You know,
up.
the whole time.
People will be recreating
the whole
concert
time
experience.
For sure.
I guarantee it.
For sure. I think we should.
We're gonna
dress
have
up.
a great. No, we're totally dressing up.
We gotta dress up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. What, you guys don't want to come?
No, I want to come.
Okay, you're coming. All right. All right, that's I Swallow That. Next up is our segment we call our Best Thing of the Week. Each week, It's Happening Out celebrates great things in our community. And the Best Thing of the Week is sponsored by Israel's national airline, El Al. El Al was born in 1948 with the state of Israel and is an expression of national existence and pride. And this pride is self-evident in South Florida. El Al features nonstop service from Miami to one of the world's great LGBTQ plus destinations. That's Israel. And this fall, El Al will connect the two LGBTQ plus capitals, Tel Aviv and Fort Lauderdale, with seasonal service, and next spring adding extensive flights. And that's why El Al sponsors the best thing of the week. Ex-stripper Evan Pakes is now a popular singer and one of the famous OnlyFans millionaires. He boasts thousands of followers on social media, and his songs on various music and video streaming sites like Spotify and YouTube never fail to catch the attention of music lovers. Evan is back with another single this year named Puta. P-U-T-A, which has already gone viral. He is not just a handsome and talented singer, but he is connected to this show too. Did you know that? You didn't? Well, for a long time, our shots for I'd Swallow That were delivered by Evan every show. Okay, watch that. Watch this.
Huélele, 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 huélele. Yo tengo una amiga que siempre se hace la santa, pero huele popper, ya sabemos que eso le encanta. Se le mete el demonio, pero bien que se la aguanta. Hasta que se venga de ahí no podría sacarla. Sea como sea, bien que se menea, como una peutea. Es una peutea cuando se menea. Es una peutea cuando se culea. Porque la que no es puta no disfruta. Y la que no espera, no prospera. Sígueme en Twitter. Exclusivo. Explosivo. Yo tengo una amiga que siempre se hace la santa, pero huele popper, ya sabemos que eso le encanta. Se le mete el demonio, pero bien que se la aguanta. Hasta que se venga de ahí no podría sacarla. Sea como sea, bien que se menea, como una peutea, es una peutea cuando se menea, es una peutea cuando se culea.
Yes, the best thing of the week, the former It's Happening Out. Shotboy is taking us to school, baby, in a new music video. What do you kids think? Evan, look at Evan go.
What season was this when this dude was the shot guy?
Oh, you missed it. It was the first season. I'm sorry.
Dear Lord. I'll bet you his parents are very surprised that this is what Catholic school ended up looking like.
Is this what happens in Catholic school?
I think it's a warning against Catholic school.
Is it?
I went to public school. I don't know.
Well, yeah. But that's why all I kept on hearing him say is huele. Like, who stinks? Like, why does he keep on saying huele, huele, huele? And then he's very happy about the putas.
Puta, I guess.
The putas we understand, right? Maybe the puta smell.
So I think
well, that's not a
I'm
good thing.
always super happy when people who have like a modicum of talent be able to turn that into a music career.
Yeah.
Speaking of Taylor Swift before.
Wow.
So good kudos to you, but this
Are you really comparing this gentleman to Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift plays at least, 10 different instruments, writes all her own music.
Barely plays anything, but anyways.
I am so sorry that she doesn't play on a stage in Homestead like you. You're such a freaking hater.
Anyways, so I think this brings up the bigger issue.
What's the bigger?
Is that we're supposed to be all like, what are we, season 4 is happening out and be all high tech, and where's our shot boy? Like, we don't have anything production.
We have David in production.
That's it. That's it.
This
That's
was
all
when
this
It's Happening
story.
Out that was filmed out at the club.
Yes, it used to be
Right?
filmed in Bubbles and Pearls. It would actually be on Wilton
Really?
Drive.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't in
pretty
studio
loud. It
like
was pretty
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we say
So
listen, Evan, congratulations.
Good job,
okay?
Evan.
Good job.
I
Come
think,
back and
listen,
see us.
if you're a puta, make money off being a
Do
puta,
it.
right?
Really?
While the rest of us, like Trini, are giving it away for free. I
Right.
mean, you do you,
Yeah.
Evan, okay? I love what you're doing, and you keep it up, okay?
keep
And
it up.
I'm going to go subscribe to your OnlyFans page, too, because I want to
Yes.
help with that music that you're doing.
I'll go subscribe as well when it's at a discount.
I appreciate your gym work. Your gym work is fantastic. You look great. Kudos to you.
I love the gym phase of your career. It's amazing.
Cal, you're not saying anything about it.
No, he's super sexy. I wish I knew him in person.
You could.
I
We
could,
can
right?
make that
yeah.
happen.
Slide
He
into those
lives here.
OnlyFans
Yeah,
DMs, honey.
Oh, yeah, OnlyFans. Mira, maybe we'll give you a taste.
You could
Give me a
message him.
taste.
Yeah.
Is, there like a code that they
Maybe
can give
he'll-
you, like, for you can go
Like
in
a
for free
promo?
for a little while?
A promo code?
Like a peep, like you could just see, like,
Twitter.
Called Twitter.
Twitter.
Gonna make you
It's
sign an
they're
NDA.
always doing codes on
Another
Twitter.
NDA.
Always.
always.
Yeah.
So next, each week at It's Happening Out, we ask our hosts about what's important to them. But the twist is that it must be in just 30 seconds or you will hear the bell. Ding! We call this segment What's on Your Mind, and it's sponsored by Jet's Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ plus pizza of choice. What's on your mind is the deep dish Detroit style pizza, or maybe the cauliflower thin crust. Jets Pizza has been with It's Happening Out for 4 years, and their Bigger is Better campaign captured our attention. And of course, they're talking about their slices. What did you think that they were talking about? Jets supports a huge variety of LGBTQ plus events and nonprofits with more than 40,000 locations nationwide. They are considered one of the best franchise opportunities in America. And this is why Jets Pizza is our sponsor of What's on My Mind. And they were also nominated for Out South Florida Best Pizza also.
That's
so
right.
if you
Yeah.
love their pizza, make sure you vote for them as well, all right?
And so are you.
And so was I.
Vote for Faye.
Yes. Vote for
And only Faye.
Which Faye?
FayWhat?
Faye, what? No, only the nice Faye. Mark Pettitt, what is on your mind, Mark Pettitt?
I got to officiate my first wedding this past weekend.
nice.
A very special congratulations to Troy and Jimmy, who are already off on their honeymoon. It was amazing to be around college friends. We had like this great, probably 8 of us on the whole campus who were out as gay guys back in the early 90s. And but it really just reminded me that we all need to spend more actual time around love and with people that we actually love. So much of the news is hard to hear. So much of social media is people just trying to kind of portray a certain lifestyle. We are so blessed on this show to get to have real FaceTime with people that we love. So that's what's on my mind, is just remind people to get out there and be around love more often than you're around anything else.
Aw, that's sweet.
I love that. Ding! Auntie Maim, what is on your mind, sweet?
Ooh, what's on my mind this week? So this week we're doing a special gender blender, which is like a queer alt kind of rock show, but it's dedicated to a wonderful woman in our community, Marie. And she's straight, she's ally, she's older, and she is basically the most supportive person that any of us have ever met. She comes to all of our events. She comes to all the black markets.
She's always dressed up.
Always dressed
right?
up, always in character. And so we're literally doing a night of 1,000 Maries. So it's dedicated like in her honor. Like she's still here with us, but it really started to make me really appreciate the fact that we do have to give flowers when we can.
Yes.
Right? If people have impacted your life and they've made you feel good, let them know.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the most that you can do for a person to help improve their day. And honestly, like I'm really excited about Sunday because it's just all love. And I just cannot wait to like give her flowers.
Which rendition of her are you going to be?
So I picked a very random one. So like sometimes she has special looks. I literally picked one that's like just a normal kind of look, but I'm turning it into a completely like dress superhero kind of like ensemble. So yeah, it's going to be, I don't think she's prepared because like I picked one of the most basic of all of them and I've turned it into something
She ain't ready.
insane.
She ain't ready. Make sure you follow Auntie Maim on social media and find out about the gender blender and go join her. That's going to be a lot of fun. Cal Gajraj, my boo, my baby, my bestie.
Hey.
What's on your mind?
So recently, Faye and I were at TransCon, which was a really interesting experience. I've never attended an event like that before.
Thank you for going.
Oh, you're welcome. It was amazing. Faye actually hosted one of the workshops, Transcom, but it was amazing for a couple different aspects. Number one, I've never been around so many of my trans brothers and sisters before, all in one room. And there was like hundreds, which was really cool. And all the organizations that were there, all the breakout groups. So it was really interesting for me to go there, not only to support them, but also to listen to their stories and their workshops. I picked up this book there from one of the vendors, and it's called Beyond the Gender Binary, which is a really easy read. And it's by Penguin Workshops, but I found it really fascinating because it really answers the question, is it really a choice when you aren't giving any options in the beginning? Which is, it opens up that, that Pandora's box of like, we always think in this construct of gender. And it was extremely interesting for me because I work with a lot of inclusive communications and with the institute that I work with and at the college. So I really enjoyed reading that, and I thought it was really eye-opening being part of that conference. And I think more people should go and attend. You don't have to be trans to go to TransCon, but to be able to go there and support my trans brothers and sisters and to be able to come away with something extra and learn something, for me, was really invaluable.
Awesome.
Love that.
Great job. Thank you, Cal, and thank you again. And for you, Mr. Trini? What is on that beautiful mind of yours?
It's just going to be a shameless plug.
Wow, your hair's a mess. Leave it that way.
So, yeah, I've been working on this art installation project I've been doing for maybe 2 months. It's called Cosmos. It happens at the Seminole Theater in Homestead on September 30th at 8 p.m. You can get your tickets at seminoletheater.org. It's the British spelling TRE of theater. And it's a kind of very intimate space where I'm going to be lecturing a little bit about different civilizations and how they interpreted art as they looked up into the sky, into the cosmos, and experienced existential crises. There's going to be a string quartet from the Miami City Ballet, and I'll also be playing synth. And we're going to have music from classical to Pink Floyd and David Bowie. And everybody's going to be on the stage in a living room environment. And it's going to be an indoor planetarium. It's going to be an awesome experience. So come out September 30th, 8 p.m., seminoletheater.org.
There you go.
Cool. Very cool.
Thank you. Well, and also on our mind is the great Jets Pizza.
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza. Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets, better because it has to be.
Thank you so much, Jets Pizza. We love you. Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 39 years this fall, and it has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the inspiration of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment This Week, sponsored by the Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center is a destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. We're excited to tell you about upcoming shows. And did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? And that's why they are the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment This Week. Eismayer, right? Eismayer, a film from Austria, is about a tough-as-nails and closeted army sergeant falling for an out recruit. The movie is headed to American screens next month, courtesy of Dark Star Pictures. Based on a true story, the movie follows Sergeant Major Charles Eismayer, a closeted gay man serving as a brutal drill sergeant in the Austrian army. But then one of the recruits, an openly gay soldier called Mario Falak, enters his life, and a secret passionate romance blossoms. The movie shows Sergeant Eismayer's struggles between the dictates place of duty as he's married and a father, and a yearning to be free of the deceit he's been perpetuating. The film comes in a wake of other recent acclaimed gay dramas with military settings, such as Firebird, Mafi, and The Inspection. The hotspot's queer entertainment is Austrian film Eismeyer tells the story of gay military love. What do you folks think?
I am in.
Interesting topic, right? Like for a movie.
It's like, like what you can't do, it's forbidden.
I was raised on army bases.
Were you?
Yeah, from 0 to about 17, 7 different army bases growing up. And there is such a strong tie between the uniform and kind of that hyper masculine, very disciplined sort of personality. And I really think that is the roots also of the leather community, is that it really was kind of born from soldiers coming back from war and these really kind of structured mindsets, and then having to kind of come back and find their way sexually in the world. So I'm definitely going to see this. I don't even care if they make it in English or put subtitles.
You don't care.
No, you got a bunch of hot guys yelling Austrian at each other. I'm down. I don't even need to know what you're saying.
Subtitles on. You're just like, I'll just.
You're like, I love it.
Grab the lotion.
Volume up.
Yes.
Subtitles off.
And it sucks because when I first read the description to this movie, of course, we are so hypersexualized that we automatically go, it's like, oh, I saw porn that way, right? Like, I've seen a couple of porn about
military
the recruit
porn?
and the drill sergeant.
Do they make
blah.
porn of that kind?
Yeah, you're like a top buyer.
Oh, I'll have to Google that.
Yeah, do your research.
No, but I mean, come on, this is history. This is our history, and it's the truth. I mean, with, all those, there's so many military bases on Earth with so many closeted gays there that, a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes. People fall in love. It's just part of life.
And it's a big analogy just to real life. How many people are wearing a uniform where, they've been kind of put into a certain life or lifestyle and they have to live by that. So I think that there's a part of every gay person that gets that struggle that they're having in the film.
Yeah, and it also goes back to showing, it's like we've existed. This isn't something that just, came up, 10 years ago with social media. Now everyone's gay, and Drag Queen Story Hour, and now everyone's gay. No, we've existed for centuries.
Forever.
Forever. We've been here. We've always been here. We will always be here. And now these stories are being told.
Yeah.
I mean, these stories are resonating because of that.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of the problem, is that when we think about society in general right now, maybe because there are so many more people that are out, that you have to go backwards now in time and say, well, gosh, if this percentage of the population is out, then what happened when only 1% identified in this? It's like, well, they were still there.
Yeah.
Right?
They still existed.
They still existed. They were still serving in these roles. I think this is going to be interesting because this has a bit of the Brokeback feeling to it, because this isn't just a person who's closeted. They're closeted with like a life, which is actually another resonating that's been happening a lot more in society, which is there are people that are married in heterosexual appearing relationships that are making these choices and these changes in their lives. And that has, for better or worse, it has repercussions, major repercussions. So it's interesting because we haven't really seen this a lot portrayed in this type of way. So I'm excited to see this too.
Well, I wanted Cal to go first just to illustrate that two brown men sitting next to each other do not have the same opinions.
Oh.
So you just said, oh, that's so interesting. I can't wait to see it, or something like that. I am complete opposite of all of you.
What a surprise.
Go figure. Shocker.
So, as soon as I saw this trailer, I was like, again?
What do you mean again? When have you seen this before?
First of all, in the 90s, on the Independent Film Channel and Sundance, every single gay movie had this same theme, which was the masculine profession, whether you were a police officer or military, having some relationship with somebody, that's a gay relationship, and then all their shame for the next hour and a half of their movie.
On what channel have you been seeing this? Are you sure that wasn't porn?
No,
this is Homestead, first of all.
This is the Independent, this is Sundance.
But I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about.
Every movie I ever saw in the 90s about gay people was this story, right? I just went and saw the one with Harry Styles, The Officer, which is the same kind of thing. They just in your blurb, which you were reading, they mentioned 5 other movies that have this same theme, and I've seen this over and over again. And I wish that in the movie world that we're promoting like some gay movies or gay characters that have a little bit more to them than just the same trope over and over again.
Well, it's for a newer audience. It's for newer generations. And
But
I'm
it
actually
all-
sup-
there-
but I'm
all
actually
exists already.
surprised-
Yeah, but the thing-
yeah, it already existed. But I'm surprised that you would say that, being someone of the arts, because everything that you guys produce on stage is the same crap every single year. It's been done for hundreds of years. So it's the same thing.
I
and it's-
want new things.
and
I
it
want-
hasn't changed.
But this is the.
I want new stuff.
But this is for a newer audience.
Think about
It's a
this,
new
right?
storyline.
So, perfect example, right? When we were doing this, even as you were mentioning the movies, right? This also goes back to like we're forgetting. Right now, we're talking about a movie in Austria. This is just happening to come to America. So Austria is in the middle of reckoning their own thing. A lot of the European countries right now, they're reckoning with things that America reckoned with 20 years ago.
That's a good point.
And it's very different when you're thinking about all of these different societies because, yes, are we in this new world where we're basically a global world? Sure. So we're going to see content from all over the place. But remember, we're all in different stages now. Yep. And we can watch things, you know, perfect example, right? There are things happening in South Korea with theirs where they're starting to tackle LGBT things. They're just now starting. Like, it's just now becoming a thing. Japan, gay marriage isn't a thing there. Even though it's Japan and they're considered like, you know, first world, still not a thing. So, like, we're actually in the middle of watching other places process things that even us as a country have still not quite gotten, right? I mean, it's not like, they're still trying to kick trans people and gay people back out of the military here in America. So it's like, although I see what you're saying, we have to also understand that this is part of our global world now. We're seeing the stories from all over these places come. There's going to be like 1,000 Brokebacks in different countries because people were inspired by Brokeback, but now they're telling their own stories and how
their
it's
own
interpreted
language,
that.
you know.
And I think it's a matter of exposure also.
But to your point, I was just thinking that I thought, my first thought too was like this would be good for Saudi Arabia or for Russia. But I was thinking like in America, but there's a good point. It's in a different country and they're reckoning.
Yeah, and I think, like I was saying, like it's a matter of exposure because, you know, I'm glad you had that experience in the 90s. I didn't have that experience. My first experience of seeing anything gay on TV was Queer as Folk, and it was because a friend of mine used to videotape it on VHS and then give me the VHS to watch. I didn't have HBO at home because I wasn't allowed to watch HBO. And the first time I ever saw anything gay on a film screen was Brokeback Mountain. And that was what, 10, 15 years ago. So
like
I never had that
But that's
exposure.
not kids today.
No, but kids today now, like, are seeing it.
Everybody's gay.
Everybody's gay today.
Everyone, you know, so it's like with social media and everything, like they're
Ron
exposed at a
DeSantis
younger
writes,
age.
Everybody's
gay.
That's why these stories have to continue to get told over and over so someone else new is seeing it.
I just want a few more stories that portray us a little bit more multidimensional.
There are a lot more stories, though.
There are. And you haven't seen
To
this
your
movie.
point again, this was a movie in a different country, in a different language, in a different culture and stuff. I guess part of my rant in general, because we had Bros and we had these other things that we talked about.
No, because there's
and I just
bigoted
want
people
them to have more dimension.
Okay, so
to
then
who we
write
are.
a freaking movie.
No,
Shut
because
up.
with the bigoted people in this country, that would be like, oh,
I'm
you
not
know,
voting for you.
that gays in the military don't exist, you know, and they'll say that really proudly, you know, like because they love their country, they're not gay.
They're in the
And I'm
military,
like, no,
they
but
can't be
stories
gay.
like this, this is an example of no, gays exist in the
We
military.
have to continue to tell our stories in every single language from every single country. You know, that's the bottom line. Okay, like it or not, we're here, we're queer, and we ain't going.
We're not going
and we ain't going
anywhere.
nowhere.
We're multiplying like gremlins.
Literally.
Or like roaches, depends on where you live. And speaking of hotspots queer entertainment, here's a quick glimpse of the venues that are part of the Broward Center.
The Broward Center for the Performing Arts, Parker Playhouse, Aventura Arts and Cultural Center, Rose and Alfred Miniachi Performing Arts Center. 4 venues that together bring a wealth of excitement to our community through the performing arts. The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the center for world-class live entertainment, arts education, special events, dining, and more.
I was just like, whatever.
Sure, give Trini more alcohol. Sure. Thank
Good
you
idea.
So much, Broward Center for the Performing Arts.
Oops.
Yes. Next, we are proud of our special partnership with Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church right here in Fort Lauderdale. Supporting that partnership, we're broadcasting from our permanent set here at Sunshine Cathedral at the Happening Out Television Studios. We broadcast Sunshine Cathedral Sunday International Service at 10:30 a.m. every week. Ooh, wow. Next up, let's discuss It's Happening Out's Hot Topic this week, and it's sponsored by the American retail chain Hot Topic. With nearly 700 locations specializing in counterculture-related clothing and accessories representing many varied interests of the LGBTQ plus community, including music, movies, graphic artists, gaming, and a whole lot more. Hot Topic features one of the largest collections of pride merchandise that celebrates all aspects of the LGBTQ plus community. Hot Topic is a major supporter of the diversity of our community and supports many events, festivals, and nonprofit LGBTQ plus organizations. And that's why they are the sponsor of It's Happening Out's Hot Topic. General nakedness around the home is not an unusual habit. As a matter of fact, many people must be doing it when alone at home right now. One Reddit user wants to know if anyone else is also indulging in naked or half-clothed in-house days when home alone. Apart from the user, needless to say, Reddit gay users jumped on this post on our LGBT. The long thread of comments revealed interesting thoughts. Some Redditors said it is weird for people not to have a space in their life where being in the natural state is acceptable, and people should be comfortable in their own home. One other user said, quote, "My partner and I parade around the house naked pretty often. The pets don't seem to mind," end quote. Well, pets never do mind. No. But what about others? This week's hot topic is, are LGBTQ plus people more comfortable being nude around friends or each other than straight people are? All right, what do you kids think?
I mean, I routinely walk around the house basically in like a long t-shirt, and that's about it.
No underwear?
Sometimes no.
But you
Okay, but who
live
lives in
with
your
your
house?
boyfriend, right?
Your husband.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I just do.
But it's just you and your hubby.
Yeah, it's like
and your pets.
Yeah, it's just not. I think that sometimes we have to get more open with ourselves, because honestly, there is a kind of a strange thing of, if you're not even comfortable by yourself in the all together, then it's like you have to kind of wonder what's going on with that, because, you know, if you get out of the shower, for example, especially in South Florida, you know, like maybe the most comfortable thing right after is to not put on clothes because it's hot. But I mean, there are people that they stay in clothes no matter what.
Do you folks have friends that are like just constantly like always naked?
Yeah.
Like I've got, you know, and people are like, okay, the point of the question is like, are we more comfortable being naked around our friends than straight people are? You know, like you're not at all.
No, and I don't think that I'm the norm.
Okay.
If you go to like a gay party or at a sawmill campground or anything like that where nudity is allowed, like that's different. Absolutely flock to that.
Yeah.
But I don't like being naked around friends or like gay friends. I feel like I like that line being there where it is. Like, I'm not one of those guys that has slept with his gay friends. So like, there are friends that I'll be naked with, but those are very particular situational.
You know, like I'm thinking about like, okay, you know, in LGBTQ, like our dressing rooms, right? Like when I'm working a gig, right? And I'm in the back in the dressing room with the drag queens, right? Everybody's just getting naked and changing. Nobody's looking at each other. It's not that kind of thing. When I used to model, same thing. Like there's someone just stripping you down and putting other clothes on you and no one's looking, you know? And so girls are just walking around naked because that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? And there's not a malice to it.
Yeah, because I thought about the same thing also, of like working in theater, and I know you probably have the same experience also, because you're just used to just the quick change, you know, and everyone's just changing and pulling and tugging and putting things on you. But after looking at the story, it made me think of like my straight friends, and I realized that they are more comfortable being naked around me, which I find interesting, because we'll like we're on vacation, or you know, they're over at the house or whatever, and like we'd be in the hotel and they're going to go take a shower, but they get naked in the room
and
they
put
just
their
walk
penis in your mouth, and then it's just
you
like,
know,
okay,
on the way to the bathroom, you know, but
look how cool and accepting.
Yeah, you know, but it's like, yeah, they're really like
okay, but is that what Mark is saying? Is that the reason though? Like to try to show you, look at me, P flag, look, I'm gonna go to Pride with you.
This is an ally, baby.
Look how comfortable I am right here.
I don't think so. I just think they're just more comfortable. Like,
yeah, like I mean, when I was in college, like girls, like literally they change bras, do nothing. It was never a thing. And it was really funny because I had this one friend, she had a nice bosom, right? And like the guys on my floor, because I lived in a mixed gender building, they were like asking me like,
what do they look like?
Right, because they are all like, I was always upstairs, so like every guy was asking me about every girl.
Is Thelma as big as Louise?
Because it would, like the girls would just be like, whatever,
identical
like
twins.
literally, like they just didn't care. And so it is, I think that it always comes back down to like comfort level, right? Like how comfortable do you feel around a person just in general? I don't think it's really like a gay or straight thing. I think it's literally just how comfortable you are around certain people.
But I think it is a gay and a straight thing though, Auntie, because I think like you said, you know, like all growing up in college and stuff like that, I had my gay boys and I had my bestie and whatever, and it was like not even a thought in your mind to change in front of them.
But
you know, because you were comfortable and you were safe.
Yeah, we do it here in the studio, like when we're changing between shows, like if someone's randomly just like getting naked and it's not anything, we're not like looking at each other, we're just changing for the next scene,
looking.
you know?
So I actually, that's kind of where I'm going with it. That my level of like comfort being naked in front of other people has to do with whether I think that they're attracted to me or not, or if they're like, if I am.
So if they're hotter than you, then.
No, it has nothing to do with hot or
No, I'm still asking you. I'm asking if they're hotter than you and they might have an attraction to you, would you be okay getting naked in front of them?
If I'm feeling in a good state, like, you know, I've worked out earlier that day, I still got my gym pump and everything, yeah. So
then you'd post a shirtless picture on social media for a bunch of people that you don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going back to this topic.
Do you post like that? Do you post topless pictures on your social media? I don't follow you. I'm never going to follow you. So
I follow Trini on social.
With the zoomed up hair.
All right, well, this is not the topic.
Wait,
all right.
You are the topic. You are the topic.
Topic. Let him finish.
So I would say, like,
production, can you show those images that I sent you of Tony shirtless?
I don't know who Tony is either. But anyway.
No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways.
Next week.
So, yeah, if I think that, particularly with gay friends, right? There's some gay friends that are just like your bros. And then there are other gay friends that are like either ones that you have hooked up with at some point, or that there is still like maybe an attraction going on, you know? So if I feel like that there is somebody that I have hooked up with and there's definitely no more like attraction, I can be, you know, get naked and change or whatever in front of them. If there is attraction between both of us, I still can do that. But if there's somebody that I feel it's like a one-sided thing where they're like kind of into you maybe a little bit, then I'm definitely like Maria von Trapp when I'm around that. Because I just don't want to invite any kind of weirdness between us.
But that makes sense.
And also with girls too, because there are sometimes a lot of girls that like, if they're into you in a certain way, because there's a lot of girls that love gay men, and they're gonna be like wanting to look, and just how Faith be looking at people when they're changing and stuff. Sometimes they'll look at people too, and so like.
So I guess it just depends.
It just depends on the situation and who the person is and whether they're
and I guess it's one of those
checking
things because
me out.
You have like this is your body, right? This is like your body to show. Okay, I've been married 5 years now, and like I'm always parading around the house naked because my pets don't mind either, right? But if we're in a fight, then I cover myself up. Isn't that hysterical?
You really? Like you can't see this.
This is not yours today, bitch. You know what I mean? Like I literally will. I should be like, are you really covered up? Yes, I am. Until you say sorry. And then,
a big oversized hoodie, like.
Just saying. All right. Well, next up, let's have a playful conversation about what else? Sex, right? With our game Shag, Marry, Chop, and it's sponsored by Andrew Christian. Andrew Christian is the world's most recognized sexy fashion brand for men. Iconic names like Trophy Boy, fashion wear, swimsuits, and underwear are just the start of Andrew Christian. Founded by and dedicated to the LGBTQ plus community, Andrew has also been included in the prestigious Out 100. Very interesting that Andrew Christian has become a status symbol for straight men wanting to adopt the style that the queer community represents. The brand's support of our LGBTQ plus community is unparalleled through pride events, major parties, our charities, and so much more. Andrew Christian's presence in pop culture, entertainment, trending video content, and so much more is why Andrew Christian is our sponsor of Shag, Marry, Chop. So it's Hispanic Heritage Month, people, right? Yay. So here are influential Hispanic Americans that are also might be tasty, all right? We've got Lin-Manuel Miranda, yes, the man who brought us The Heights and brought us Hamilton. We've got the beautiful and luscious Miss Eva Longoria. Yes, and we've got Maxwell Alexander Frost, another cutie, all right? So let's play Shag, Marry, Chop, and we are going to begin with Mr. TriniDaddy.
Well, this one is a rather easy one for me. So for
What a surprise.
for shag, sometimes I'm like a little on the fence, but I'm not here. So to shag, I'm gonna shag this millennial or Gen Z. I don't even know the difference.
Gen
between
Z.
them.
Yeah.
Maxwell.
Maxwell, because I think he's young, he's energetic. I like a younger dude, and I think that he's full of life, full of zest, and that is attractive to me. Shag.
Was he a politician? He's a politician.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? He's like the youngest congressman. That's
He's the
what it was.
youngest
Yeah,
elected
that's
congressman. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
No, that
You've
is
got such
wonderful.
drive. Like I admire that. I'm going to marry Eva Longoria because she's gorgeous. I love Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
I think she's a girl boss. She's producing. She's behind the camera a lot. She's made so much headway as far as females and Latina females in the industry. And she's gorgeous to look at, and that's definitely the type that I would, swing in a different way for. So I'm gonna say Eva Longoria.
Because he's bi. Because Trini's bi.
Because I'm on the Kinsey scale
you're fluid today.
spectrum. And
He's on the
then
spectrum.
I'm going to have to chop Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Why? Why?
Not just because a process of elimination, but as somebody at this table said, he makes you go soft. And I love what he has
Why
done.
does he make you go soft?
Well, first, let me just say why. Like, I don't want, if he ever sees this, like, you have
He's
done.
never going to see this.
He's watching right now.
Many
I'm
great
almost
things.
positive.
So many
Do you wanna
great
come
things. Fantastic. I love.
He's
that
our new
you have-
Shotboy.
that you have brought Hispanic culture into Broadway in a way that nobody else has. You're a trailblazer. You're amazing. But I do not do musical theater rap. That's not my thing.
Okay.
I
Okay,
can't
so that's
stand it.
why.
And yeah,
Okay.
it's
All right.
sorry.
Thank you so much, honey. Trini, you make this Hispanic panic. You really do. All right, Mark, you're next. Go.
Okay, I'm going to shag Eva Longoria so that the next time that we get this celebrity who have you slept with question,
It's Eva
I want
Longoria.
like the best freaking answer. And Eva Longoria out of all these is definitely the best answer for that. I would marry Lin-Manuel.
Okay.
The shows that he would write about me. The songs that he would write about
You didn't think about that, Trini. He could have written a show
the
for you.
performance- No, he needs no more time.
Okay,
the
sorry,
performance is
Trini. I was
given-
thinking about you.
The performance is given in my honor. That is definitely marriage material.
Daddy the musical.
And then the Latino that I'm going to chop is Jonathan.
Puta the musical.
No.
Oh, it has to be one on
Yes,
this. Okay.
one of, yes.
I just thought we could chop any
No, you
one.
can't chop any Latino you want.
Then I'm going to chop the
Not
congressman
Texas.
because he is way too busy to have the time that I would demand to be.
Maxwell? You chopped Maxwell.
Well, look, a bunch of y'all are going to pick him. I don't need your sloppy seconds, so I'm chopping him. He's too busy.
Wow.
All right, he's too busy. All right.
Too busy.
Auntie Maim, what you got, baby? Shag, marry, chop. Who are you shagging?
I'm gonna shag Maxwell because I love a good brain, and you know what? I'm not always with younger, but I can have an Energizer Bunny every now and then. It's fine, right? I'm gonna marry Eva because I follow her on Instagram, and that hoochie travels all the time, and if I have to carry her luggage to like every foreign destination, I'll happily do it. I do not mind, right?
Carry your purse.
Japan's
with the
1
ticket.
week, Japan one. I'm like, sure, whatever.
Borrow some of her pieces too.
I would love it. Although I would have to sew 2 of them together, but that's fine. That's fine. And I'm gonna chop Lin-Manuel because not what TriniDaddy said, but because. Do you know how sometimes people's speaking voice is just like too much? It's like something about it. I love his singing voice. I love his musical stuff. But when he talks, for some strange reason, it grates on me. And
Really?
I don't know what it is.
I know what you
but like
mean.
every
Like nails
time
on a chalkboard.
Every time I see him do an interview, I'm just like, I
Don't
don't like
talk.
it. Just don't like. Yeah, don't
You
talk.
want it dubbed.
Sing.
You
Just
want it
sing for
dubbed.
me. Just sing for me. Right? But literally, like, so that's why. But I love him. But I could not listen to that voice or even like that moaning. I couldn't. Either one was not gonna work.
She's extrapolated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Also, Hamilton sucked.
Oh my God, Hamilton
Wow.
was amazing. I'm gonna kick your ass. Like basically, you went after Taylor Swift, but no one goes after Hamilton.
Hamilton, the most
his
overrated.
mic.
Anyways, sorry. But I can't wait for him to write a musical about you. Puta the musical. I think it'd be amazing.
No, white puta the musical. That's what it's
Puta
It
Blanco.
would be called
Puta
Puta
Blanco.
Fantastica.
Gringo, the musical.
Maybe. Ooh, that would work better.
Oh,
Cal,
Wow.
Cal, you're up. Shag, marry, chop.
I'm gonna shag Eva Longoria.
Okay.
She's super sexy. I was also a fan of Desperate Housewives, so I know she's not good at being married. So she's definitely good at shagging, so definitely gonna shag Eva. I'm gonna marry Maxwell. Yeah, no, I can definitely be a congressman's wife.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going places. We're both,
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see you using him.
We're both Capricorns.
There you go.
He's college educated. He went to the School of the Arts, so there's a lot of things going for him. So definitely, I think he's great marriage material. Unfortunately, I'm going to chop Lin-Manuel.
Again!
Funny enough, for a similar reason to what Auntie Maim said, because I can't stand
You don't like his voice?
No, and if I have to hear him sing all day, I might shoot myself in the head.
Wow.
So, work is fantastic. I just don't want to hear him sing. He can't sing.
See,
So Lin-Manuel
don't just
can't
come
sing
for
to
me.
you.
Come for
No,
him
that
too.
was his
Come for me. I don't care. Come for me.
And what about you?
That's your opinion. Oh, listen, I want to go grab cats from the freaking shelter and be the lesbian woman with Eva Longoria forever.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, like that would be me. Again, no, but it's not, of course. It's
No,
the
no, I
truth.
mean,
if
like, I
had to
agree,
pick,
I agree.
It's like she makes me want to wear Birkenstocks. And just like grab a bunch of cats and be that lesbian. Like,
Yes.
I would probably wear sensible shoes if she asked me to.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Like that.
That's a big ask.
That is a big ask.
Big ask.
I'm just saying.
I don't even
And
like to
when
think about this.
shagging and shopping.
And a lifetime supply of hyaluronic acid.
Right. So my skin will always be on point. We can share that, like, hyaluronic.
Hyaluronic acid.
Half of us
Yes.
didn't say that word because of her.
Yeah.
Because she sounded it out for us.
That's
True.
Hyaluronic.
And I was like, oh, you go. Folks, with so much shagging, marrying, and chopping, let me remind you of all the reasons that we love Andrew Christian.
It's all about us. It's all about us. All about us. We're dancing close together, making out, making out. It's all about us. It's all about us. There's a magic in your eyes, can't get enough. I can't get enough. Oh, it's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. Time to go home. Don't want this night to end. Yeah, by the time we stop pretending. Come home with me. Let's write a history. Tonight I'll make you see. It's all about us. It's all about us. We're dancing close together, making
Big.
Thank you, Andrew Christian.
You can be picking a model.
Yes, you can be thick and a model.
Yes,
Thank
you can.
Well, that's it, folks. Another week with It's Happening Out. You sat right here at the LGBTQ plus kitchen table as we kikied on the things that are important to our community. Right now, it is Hispanic Heritage Month. It starts every year, September 15th through October 15th. Find your local and your near Hispanic, okay? Find out about history. Find out about, I love when like these gay boys will say, oh my God, I love me some Latino men. I love Hispanic boys, blah, blah, blah. How about you find out where they came from?
Yes.
Find out the history. Find out why they came to this country and why. Find out everything, all the wonderful triumphs and wonderful things that have been brought to this country by Hispanics since the beginning of time. Go educate yourself, all right?
Yeah,
You got
Al,
till October
do it.
15th to do that.
Yeah, Al, listen to Faye.
While you're on that trip.
Come out of that bodega closet.
Hi!
Wow.
Folks, we invite you to follow our 501c3 nonprofit experiment. Is our LGBTQ plus community important to you? Our mission means that we deeply believe that it is. Thank you for joining us and taking a little time to have some fun with us. I'm FayWhat! And remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. Until next week, guys. Bye-bye.